So I never really expected to have the Master Grade F90 because, well, it's P Bandai, and if you really want to experience everything it has to offer, you have to get packs A through Z, and kind of means you need an F90 for every single one, because what's the point of having just a pack? It's like having the striker packs for the strike and nowhere to put it on. It's like, well, they're there in a pile. So this thing I got from Superbuy, along with a lot of others, but this is actually the first Master Grade I got from Superbuy. It was $6 American, and I think that's like $10 Canadian, maybe 11, compared to the 65 Canadian that I would have paid for the official one. And it does have some issues. First off, I think the face is a little off. I maybe, for pictures, it looks like it's a little off. Now, the stickers are not that good. They're very dark in terms of the blue, so you can't really see the eyes. The stickers are there, just it's really hard to see. And this little gap right there, where the forehead is, I don't think it's supposed to be there, and I haven't been able to fix it. I mean, I can fix it. That's the way it goes together out of the box. So it might be a little off. Someone who has the official, I'm sure, could tell me. But from pictures I've seen, it looks a little off. But everything else looks great. And this is a very complicated kit. I have the 1/100 from the 90s, but I boxed up all my old, like anything from like 2000 before are all stored away, because I got a lot of kits. And that's one of them. And that thing had a lot of, like, F90, that time, they were doing a lot of really interesting things where the parts were injected, like the one piece would have like multiple colors on it. They actually really went above and beyond back then. And this thing, while they're like separate pieces, it is all separate colors. The only things that are not colors are the little triangles. You got like some on the skirts, you've got some on the calves, the forearms, one on the backpack. But everything else, like, I love this little bit of yellow, you can't see, there it is, inside the torso. The little, I guess, like a thruster in the torso. I forgot all about that. That's like a little teeny detail that it's just so cool. All the little yellow you see. I did glue the little red pieces because those are coming out. That could be to my detriment, because I think those are parts that are supposed to come out for packs. Well, I might get packs in the future. It's hard to say. Let's go over the poseability, because it's good. It does have one problem with this knockoff. But man, the arms are really fluid. I love it when a kit can just kind of do whatever smoothly. That's the thing I like. It's a nice smooth motion, and this thing has it. Like, I love this. Cool. Some kits have that. Not a lot of kits have this little like rotation below the elbow there. That's cool. You got the posable finger, posable thumb, but of course you got some extra fingers if you want to do some things. I got the ones for beam sabers here. I got the one for the beam rifle here. Now the torso is really cool. It bends, and I don't know, once again, don't have the official, but it has this like little clicking spot. I think it's just a plastic, but it keeps it in place so it can kind of tilt. And then the crotch, you have a couple hinges built into this front piece, which allows you to get it forward. And then you can bring the legs forward. And if you get those skirts out of the way, don't go too crazy because they will pop off. But you can do that. That's impressive. I mean, I know everyone's all gushing over the G Quack attack, but I just really like that. Like, it doesn't have to be able to kiss his ass goodbye. It just, that simple motion is really nice. Really nice. Side skirts are limited. Back skirts don't do anything. But the legs are nice, and they're pretty tight. And unfortunately, there's no separation in the armor. Well, unless it falls off. But yeah, I missed that. They really should have been this. Okay, maybe not. That's a lot asking, I think. Like, there's all these multiple pieces of color. Maybe they just couldn't figure out how to have the parts separate and have that where it's supposed to be. I don't know. I think these yellow pieces could have been one knee panel, and then they could have been... whatever. I mean, it happens. Oh, and this chunk here. That's a sticker. That's kind of annoying. That's a big sticker. Like, if you think in the grand scheme of things, that is a big sticker. So that's a little annoying. I like how the ankle armor is like hinged back here. It can also kind of tilt, although it's rather tight. But yeah, you got some nice tiltage in the foot. Nice detail there too, on the bottom. And that happens. There is no like toe poseability, but it's supposed to have. I mentioned this back with the Mark II. And I didn't realize that any other kits in the future were going to have it. But this thing should have some fabric hosing. In here, in the there's that hole that should have it's a metal wire that is supposed to have the fabric running through it. It's like makes a little hoop. That fabric that came with this kit disintegrated as soon as I cut it to size. I put it through the wire through it, and it just like fell apart. Literally just came right apart. So I just gave up. I mean, you can't even tell. If I didn't say anything, just put the ankle armor over it, out of sight, out of mind. I think that's the only part that had the fabric. Maybe somewhere else I'm not thinking of, but the only one I can think of is the ankle. And the one problem with this kit is one posability piece I didn't mention. This one here that tilts. And the reason it's a problem is because it's rather loose. Now, it's not gonna like probably slouch to the side. It doesn't have a lot of give, but it's still a little loose. You can fix that easily. A little bit of floor polish, or just even like a drop of super glue around the ring. You could probably thicken it up, or maybe like just around the peg. So it's not a huge deal. No. Now let's look at those weapons. First off, we got the beam sabers. I like these beam saber holders. They're very cool. Although the one's a little loose, but that one, yeah, that was a little loose. That is such a little teeny. That's gonna snap. Even an official. Look at that. That's so baby small. And the beam effects, where are they? These are actually really interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen super light blue. I probably have, but I can't think of any. But yeah, these are really, really light. So that's kind of cool and unique, as far as I can tell. I haven't seen it, so it's new to me. Now, where are you? Here you are. The beam rifle. It looks cool. I like it. No color, but that's the way it is. It's not very colorful. The problem is this energy pack on the back, because I think I have it upside down, but I have it upside down because if I put it the other way, it just comes right out. I think it's supposed to be like that, but either way, it's still kind of loose. I can just get it in the right, like, so you have a little bit of a gap, and then it'll stay. But if I try like put it flush, it'll fall right out all the time, which is annoying. I might just glue it. Although you do have a couple extras that you can store on the shield. Got a couple you can peg, and that's why there's a peg right there, sticking out. Kind of obvious. I like the shield. No stickers whatsoever. Very cool. Really like it. I mean, that's the way it looks. F90 shield. The way it goes onto the arm, at least for this guy, is a little weird, because if I try and peg it into this hole in the arm, it won't stay. But if I get the hand wrapped around to this handle, and then peg it in, it seems to have, and if the fingers would stay, that would be even better, but whatever. But it seems to have just enough of a, it's stretching it, maybe? I don't know how exactly to describe it, but it's like, it's got a little bit of tension. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It's got a little bit of tension on there, so it stays. And, I mean, that works for me. It holds, no problem. And it holds the beam rifle really nicely. Like, it's those fingers where they have the grooves molded into the handle, and they go into the trigger finger. But you can store them back here. Now, this is another little problem, because there's 3 clips that hold the beam rifle. The middle clip, hunky-dory. The side ones, not so much. Because you open them up, they're fine, right? Oh yeah, they open. But if you put them back to see, because they come unclipped as soon as I pull them down. So you have to, when you open them, you have to have a little bit of pressure. So when you're opening up, push back at the hinge, and that'll keep it attached to the hinge. It feels solid, but just that movement, it just comes right out. Like, I'm not even trying, it just comes right out. So it's weird. Just keep a little pressure when you do that. And so this is a little weird how it goes in there, but you I guess you have to do it like that, and then it feeds the one side into the hole, and then you I mean, it does fit. There's a little indent right there, and it fits it, and then you can kind of clasp it around like that, and oh, look what fell off. Surprise, a friggin' prize. I don't know why it does that. I'm just gonna glue it. The hell with it. Yeah, you're getting glued. Now, in terms of the backpacks, all the accessory packs, because that's it. That's what you get. I am disappointed there's no bazooka. I don't remember if the original one from the 90s had a bazooka in this scale. I don't remember. I want to say it was just like a generic black, like same color as the rifle. But the thing is, on Super Buy, and I'm thinking about getting it, there is a set, and it's $10 American. You get the F90, and you get the, I think it's the A and the L packs. Both packs together. which would be good because I already have one, so I could have one pack on each one. And that, like I said, $10, $6 American for this guy, $10 for the 2 packs and this guy. So I'm thinking about doing that because that's really, if you're going to try and get an F90 collection where you have A through Z, I don't even know if they have all the packs released yet. I kind of lost count. But if you want to have all the packs, this is kind of the way to go, even if maybe the head doesn't look quite spot on. I mean, from a distance, can you really tell? Yeah. But, or hey, if you're worried about if maybe it's just this one, maybe the other ones are fine. Sorry, you never know. Get that one pack that it's like I think it's the one that he can like shoot into space. It's basically just a giant nose cone in the front of him. Like the front of him is just a giant nose cone. That would cover it up, right? And this isn't a very big kit. I mean, here is the Big Vagina RE100. Like that's from the same timeline. Yeah, they're the same height. But if we bring something like a gem, I don't know which one this is, but if we bring a gem, an average 18 meter tall kit, you can see, yeah, it's a little short because it's more like a high grade in terms of height. Here's a Goof custom. You can see it's taller, but not not drastically taller, because the F90 and the ones in this timeline were smaller, which is why the price tag in Canadian blows my mind for something this size. And the fact that it doesn't have a bazooka, I really think it should have a bazooka. That seems really weird to me that it doesn't. But I really like it. I love all the colors. It's so colorful, and like I said, the only things that are stickers are like the triangles and the ankle pieces there. If you want, like I said, if you want to get that whole friggin' A to Z lineup, this might be the way to do it without breaking the bank, because I'd rather spend $10, or I guess it'd be like, yeah, $10, $12 Canadian, like multiple times over.